All right. Welcome back, everyone, to the deep dive. We're ready to jump into another fascinating topic. And today,
It's a big one.
it is a big one. Today, it's cellular respiration.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah. So this is basically like, you know how we eat to get energy, right? Like that's kind of like the basic human experience.
Yeah.
Well, cellular respiration,
How we use it.
how our cells actually turn that food into the energy our body can use to do like
a thing.
everything.
Yeah.
Exactly. And this is happening inside you right now.
Crazy, right?
Like every single cell in your body.
Like little factories.
Little factories, little power plants, yeah.
Power plants, yeah.
So we're going to break down this process into 4 key stages. And it's kind of a journey.
Yeah.
So to help us visualize it, let's imagine we're following a single glucose molecule,
Okay.
you know, the sugar we get from food,
Yeah.
as it enters the cell and goes through all these stages.
All right. I like it. Let's follow our glucose molecule on its adventure.
Exactly. So stage 1 is called glycolysis. And think of it like our glucose molecule just entered the cell's cytoplasm.
Okay.
So that's kind of like the bustling city center of the cell,
Yes.
all the action's happening.
And in this bustling city, our glucose molecule gets broken down. It's kind of like taking a big stack of cash and breaking it down into smaller bills.
Yeah, exactly. So we start with this 6-carbon glucose molecule,
Okay.
and it ends up as 2 3-carbon molecules called pyruvate.
Pyruvate.
And we get a little bit of ATP out of this breakdown. ATP is like, it's like the cell's energy currency. It's like,
That's what it runs on.
that's what it runs on.
Yep.
And we also get some NADH,
Okay.
which is like a little energy voucher
Ooh.
that we can cash in later.
I like it.
Yeah. Okay, on to stage 2, where things get even more interesting, I think.
Okay.
Our pyruvate molecules are now headed to the mitochondria.
All right. The powerhouses.
You know those. Those are like the powerhouses of the cell, right?
Like our glucose molecule has made it to the city's main power plant.
Exactly. And here, it gets transformed into something called acetyl-CoA.
Acetyl-CoA.
Acetyl-CoA. It's a mouthful.
It is.
Oh.
But now here's a fun fact. During this transformation, carbon dioxide is released.
Okay.
That's the same CO2 you breathe out. So every time you exhale, you're witnessing a byproduct of this amazing energy production process.
Wow.
We also get a few more of those NADH energy vouchers.
Okay, so we're stockpiling our vouchers.
We're going to need a...
Okay, so now we're at stage 3,
All right.
the citric acid cycle,
Okay.
also known as the Krebs cycle. I always picture this as like a spinning wheel,
Yeah.
constantly churning and generating energy.
It's a perfect analogy. In this cycle, our acetyl-CoA molecule enters a complex series of reactions.
Okay.
Think of it like a metabolic merry-go-round.
So it's going round and round.
Round and round.
What's happening with our energy at this point?
With each turn of the cycle, more carbon dioxide is released. And importantly, we generate a little more ATP, plus more of those energy vouchers. NADH and a new one called FADH2.
FADH2. Okay, so we've got all these different energy vouchers. What happens next?
This is where it gets really exciting.
Okay.
We're moving on to stage 4,
Okay.
the electron transport chain,
Right.
and chemiosmosis. This is where we cash in all those vouchers for a big energy payoff.
Okay, this is the big one. So where is this all happening?
On the inner membrane of the mitochondria. Think of it like a highly efficient energy-generating factory floor.
Gotcha.
Lots of conveyor belts.
Okay, and what is this electron transport chain all about?
Imagine a series of conveyor belts with workers passing packages down the line.
Okay.
The packages are electrons from our NADH and FADH2 vouchers. As the electrons move along, energy is released.
Okay, and where does that energy go?
That energy is used to pump hydrogen ions across the membrane, creating a gradient. It's like building up potential energy. Think of it like pumping water uphill behind a dam.
I'm seeing where this is going.
You got it.
They're going to release the water, and it's going to generate power.
Right, exactly. And in the cell, that release is called chemiosmosis. The hydrogen ions flow back down their gradient through a special enzyme called ATP synthase.
ATP synthase, that sounds important.
It is. It acts like a turbine, using the flow of hydrogen ions to generate a ton of ATP, our cellular energy currency.
This is the big payout.
The big payoff.
That's incredible. So our little glucose molecule has gone through this whole crazy transformation, basically powering the cell every step of the way.
And this whole process, this intricate dance of molecules, is happening in every cell of your body right now, keeping you alive, keeping you functioning.
I mean, it's mind-blowing when you think about it. So for our listeners out there, here's something to ponder. Given how vital this whole process is, what happens when things go wrong with cellular respiration?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Could disruptions in this process be at the root of some diseases? It's just something to think about.
Yeah, some food for thought.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into cellular respiration.
See you next time.
See ya.